Hello and welcome to the Young Hot Guys with me, Killian Sundermann.
And myself and Tony. Listen, look at you came back
You
for
came back!
more. They wanted more of it.
Little bit eager, actually. Chill out.
Back
relax a
off.
little bit.
Play it cool.
Yeah, play it cool. You're really acting like you know, don't text us for a couple of days. Don't text us for a couple of days.
It was a huge marketing push. Not since Batman 1989 have I seen a marketing push. We were in the press. We post a lot about it.
You know, we're recording this in advance of the first episode coming out, and I think we can only assume the reaction has been just incredible.
Oh,
It has
stratospheric.
been-
Straight to the top of the podcast charts, breaking all the records.
Yep.
Madonna
Reshared.
is
I
part
just-
of the tour of Madonna's new tour. Incredible. They did a screening of it there at the Giant's Causeway.
They
That
did.
was-
They
yeah.
played it in double time at Madonna's tour while she sang Ray of Light.
And they projected it onto Charles I's face, Charles III's face, when he was doing his speech, which I thought was really a nice
Should have
touch.
projected it on his fingers if they wanted to get a big screen. His biggest
Sausagey
sausage
willy hands.
fingers.
What are the sausage hands?
What do you mean?
Like, why does he have those sausage fingers?
Just an old man. We
No,
forget it
yeah,
because
but-
he was always the boy.
Just eating.
The boy who lived.
He
Pigeons
seems
Eating shite.
so. Not that I
Eating
wouldn't be a
mess.
big royalist or anything. I wouldn't be a royalist. But he seems much grumpier since he became king.
When that pen didn't work. Oh,
That-
no, fucking
yes.
pen.
The pen didn't work. He grimaced throughout his whole coronation street.
Maybe there was a pea under the cushion.
I don't like the Queen and I don't like the Royals. And I don't like coronation chicken. And I think, and it makes sense now. You know, I think it's one of the worst sandwiches you can get, a coronation chicken sandwich. And it was made for the Queen's coronation.
Do they have that at afternoon tea? Or is
Well,
that a
like
curry?
What do you mean?
Afternoon tea has a set type of sandwiches.
Does it?
I think so. One of them is a curry.
Is that somewhere where you go to like a posh place?
Can I just say we were supposed to be doing like a proper intro here?
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, we were supposed to do a proper like this is a professional podcast now. We've done one episode. Now we are professional podcast people. You know, we've been asked to be the support act for Madonna's global tour for Madonna Bada from a baby for the tour. And now we're supposed to do this intro and you guys are talking about English
Charles's
chicken.
fingers.
English chicken. The Queen's chicken is on our podcast. I don't want the Queen's chicken. I want to do proper professional intros.
Okay,
Can
we'll do it
that?
again.
Okay.
I have more on English chicken. Go on.
Bitter, attractive, very attractive.
Oh, just enjoying a lovely light and fresh Re-Raw Irish lager there, the proud sponsors of the Young Hot Guys podcast at Re-Raw Beer on Instagram. I'm just enjoying that.
Well, I mean, it's amazing that this podcast is so successful. We have a sponsor, and what a sponsor to have. Re-Raw, the fresh and light Irish lager. Oh my God, let me tell you, when I drink it, I feel good about myself.
I
Yeah, but
tell
drink
you,
responsibly,
Do.
and that
yes.
they won't make you a better person.
I like anything that comes out of Wicklow. Anything that comes with love from Kilcool, I'm into it.
Yeah, like Hosier, Re-Raw Irish beer, all of them so good.
Same kind of thing going on with the both of them, and they are the very proud sponsors of this podcast, Young Hot Guys. So thank you very much, Re-Raw Beer, for that.
Just Re-Raw beer. Hosier hasn't given us a red cent.
No, he hasn't, and we're upset about it. We're
Yeah.
upset about it.
Take me to the bank of Hosier. Anyway, now on with the show.
Hello and welcome to the Young Hot Guys. This is a new podcast with Tony Cantwell, Shane Daniel Byrne and Killian Sundermann. And here we are talking about serious issues, serious stuff. And we want to say thank you so much for listening and shooting it to the top of the charts. It's really good. But also, what about things that are happening? But I ran out of steam. Let's just go back to the chicken.
Let's face
let's go
it,
back to
there's
the
a weird energy because just a few minutes ago we had a quick chat in advance of the podcast recording, and one thing led to another, and we all made out and held hands. And we're a bit uncomfortable since, okay? So I just think we should air that.
Yeah.
Okay, there, it's out. It's aired. Now let's never
was-
talk about it
It
again.
was a mistake.
I'd love to. I'd love to write it to you. I would.
Oh no, we should.
No, I can't.
Let's save it up for like Valentine's episode.
Yeah,
I'm
live,
not allowed.
live
I'm
stream.
married.
Yeah,
Oh, grow up.
come on.
Although,
Grow up.
This isn't 1999, you know? People don't get married anymore.
Yes. Someone will alert the vicar. Get a grip.
You can contact us at yhgpodcast.org.
No. Jesus Christ.
YHG.
YHG at headstuff.org. That's how you can email us with your feedback and hopefully complaints. I'd be love to see that. Like if you, okay, it is important. This is a nascent young podcast and feedback is an important part of the process. But can I say, if you have something that you don't like, don't you dare say that publicly. Don't you dare write that anywhere. People think they can say what... This is a very small country. There's about 10 or 11 people on Twitter at any one time. And if you write about someone, they'll see it.
It's true. I remember I had to go at all the late Valentine's contestants. And like 6 of them messaged me being like, I'm sorry to hear you didn't like it. And like, I forgot these are civilians. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are civilians. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But some of it was
It's
pretty
the system.
cringe.
The system is what's wrong.
But I tell you what... Sorry about that.
Easy for you to say.
Sorry, choked on my own rage there. No, tell you what you can do. Because we do give our opinions, if we get anything wrong, you can tell us that we're wrong, but in like a nice way. Like, don't be like, a bully about it. Just like tell us, that fact that you said. Because I love just pulling things. I have this policy, right? There's been a lot of debunking happening recently, right?
Yes, fact checking.
And I think, can we not live in a world just full of bunk? Do you know what I mean? Like the story of the girl in Amsterdam with the glory hole, right? Was dispelled. I found out about the story in finding out that the story was fake.
This is like find out Santa wasn't real.
Exactly. Can we not like...
Which he is.
And he is.
All Ages Podcast.
Anyway,
the glory hole.
The glory hole story.
Anyway, back to the glory hole.
Anyway, back to the glory hole. I feel like, and I love the generation. I love Gen Zs and Greenpeace.
I love
and
the
everything.
generation.
I love the generation.
Yeah.
Whatever one it is now.
Yeah.
But and there's such a pursuit of truth and the collapsing of disinformation and misinformation. But a nice juicy story about a glory hole. Can we not just leave that and believe that was real? Or like a big hairy guy was spotted in the woods, might be Bigfoot. Can we not Google it any further?
You would like to rebunk it?
No, I think debunking. So it's just bunk.
Oh, so just leave things as bunk.
Things are bunk.
Yeah, but now we can we try and campaign to rebunk?
You want to
rebunk
the
glory hole story.
So we just tell people it's true.
Did you believe it full?
I think in order to rebunk, you're going to have to do it.
Someone's going to have to suck off their dad.
Anyway, Santa. What's Santa bringing his little guys? You can email at yhg@headstuff.org.
Also, if you enjoy us and you want to support the podcast, there's a way you can do that. You can support the podcast by going to HeadStuffPodcastPlus.org.
You don't know what
HeadStuff Plus.
HeadStuffPlus.org. Okay, there's a place you can go to. It'll be on a link in our bio.
Google HeadStuff Plus. Now, I want to ask you a question. Do you look how you want to look?
No. I am. Do you know what? I am furious. I have developed what can only be described. Am I answering the question? How we look? Yeah. I am starting in my hurtling towards middle age. I look like Pat Rabbit. Like I look like if you look at the doll now, it's all changing it up now, right? Kenny's in there in a scabby jumper. I don't mind them wearing whatever clothes they want, but can you not look a bit nice? Jesus Christ, some of them are in there, and it's like, come on now, come on now.
You're starting to sound like Pat Rabbit.
Iron the shirt at least, like just scruff. Don't be going in scruffy looking.
Yeah.
Scruffy looking. But
no, it has to be a crisp shirt and fold up the sleeves if you want to look like the everyman.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna roll up these sleeves.
No,
but when you watch them, if you watch the news in Ireland every day, 6-1 or whichever bulletin you choose, or the 5:30 over on Virgin Media. As if anyone's watching it.
Come on,
will you stop? Our news 5:30. Okay, still leave it there, Colette. I must tune in, Colette. People are on the way home from work. No one's watching that. No. We got the scoop on RTE. No one is looking at that. Richard Chambers can smoulder all he wants. No one's interested. Anyway,
and he does.
They all the men are tucking their necks into their shirts, and that is a reality in my life now that is coming. I would like, love yourself, love your body. I would like not to have this. So if anyone knows who can give me some kind of injection, because I believe you have to give up sugar, basically. That's basically, it's like you can go to the gym and you can work on your belly and your gut or whatever, change whatever part of your body. But if you want to lose those deposits, you have to give up sugar. And I have a real sweet tooth.
You have a real sweet tooth. Why don't you just get a bigger shirt collar? Big fucking starchy yoke.
That's a real
Big Harry Hill.
That's a Fine Gael answer. Cover it up. Is that it?
Get your chin removed.
I want to get my chin removed. There's a Brian Jordan Alvarez video where they talk about surgery.
Oh, I love it.
And she goes, and I got my neck. And he goes, replaced. She goes, replaced. I like that.
He's like, his nose is like, I had nasal passage issues, so I had to get the nose reduced in order to, like, giving reasons for. I had my forehead reduced.
Getting cold. So it's getting cold.
Because I was getting cold.
Anthony, do you look how you would like to look?
Well, I mean, I wanted to have a beard when I was a kid, when I was like, you know, so I have that. But like, I didn't plan on having like a ponytail. A ponytail.
Yeah.
We laughed at them.
Yeah.
We laughed at them. We laughed at everyone with a ponytail. Steven Seagal, as you call him.
Yeah, Seagal.
You know, I've got a ponytail popping it with a hat.
Well, we laugh at you when you're not around. So
Okay.
No, we don't. We don't. We talk about how gorgeous you are.
I've got glasses. I'm a nerd. I've got a hoodie on. I've got brown socks on. Like, I don't know what I planned here. I don't know what is happening.
Are you having, you know, when sometimes you're about to leave the house and you go, don't really like what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And you do it anyway.
Yeah.
And it spoils your whole day.
Yes.
You go around going, you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You look like an idiot. I'm kind of having that. I love this shirt when I bought it, but I'm not interested. Anyway,
I thought you looked good today when I saw you standing there.
I thought you looked good, and can I also say I thought you
Not
looked
every day.
bloody amazing on the Late Late Show.
Oh, thank you.
Can we talk about that?
Can we talk about how seamless that was?
That was a pretty good
Killian?
link. And
Oh,
as I said, you guys check us out at yhdpodcast.com.
okay, those are just random.
Can we get subtitles of that, please?
I'm just trying to insert as
You
much.
can email us at
radio stuff.
YHG.
I want to get a
at
job in
HeadStuff.
breakfast radio at 511-554-115. Check us your opinions and give us your thoughts and opinions.
Your opinion.
Check us your opinions and hey guys, maybe tomorrow, but it's also on today. So let's all get crazy and have fun. Anyway, here's
Send
Doja
us
Cat.
in a voice note. We love to hear. Hey guys, loving the tunes. Please, will you play a song for Carol?
Also,
Get Spotify.
Carol, I think you got a great pair. And that's enough of that. We're going to move away from the voice notes. No, I thought you were amazing.
I'll tell you what,
yeah.
I was wearing a vintage Missoni suit from Heritage Vintage, so I want
my
to shout out
It's
to
only
them.
I order my pizzas from them.
Yeah.
No, Miss with an
Wagon
S.
wheel.
MISS, not Mizzonis. The Mizzonis in Harold's Cross, I will say, it's no longer a chipper. They don't do chips anymore. What the hell? Anyway, yeah, it was nice when the Late Show. You think it's going to be this big deal.
Yeah.
It is a big deal.
But it doesn't.
huge.
But nobody makes that much of a fuss. So when you're on it, when you're sitting on the Late Show, right, you're there's a feel, even though you're like talking to Paddy, you probably know him as Patrick, I'd call him Paddy.
I do know.
And you're there, you're chatting away, but your brain feels like it's like needs to happen from the Matrix because you're sitting there and you're like, you feel like I'm on the wrong side. I need to be on. Now I haven't watched a full Late Show in years, right?
No.
Years. You know, I'm a legend. Pretty cool. Probably have a lot of socializing to do, heavy drugs, that kind of thing. But you feel like you're in the wrong part of this.
Okay.
You should be over there, at least in the audience.
Outer body almost.
Almost, but then you kind of snap back in because you're like, okay, behave, be professional. But it is quite
Does it feel
surreal.
smaller?
It doesn't feel like when that first conversation first came up, said, "Do you want to go on late?" It doesn't feel. You don't go like, "This is it, baby. We've made it." You kind of go, "Okay, yeah, okay, go on." But then, yeah, it all feels smaller. All feels smaller. But then it doesn't. I don't know. People make a fuss. It is funny. People from your deep past do send you messages
Yeah.
and go like,
Who?
"You were
What's
you were a class
the
or whatever."
most like kind of like deepest past?
Like people from school who I was not friends with in school.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But not enough that like I wish it was like some bully. And then I could get a bit of content out of it.
That's
You know
good.
what I mean? And
By the
go,
way, if you're a friend from school who messaged Shane this week, he might hate you.
Also, if you're a bully of Shane and you have some of the nicknames you used to give him, email them. YHG
yeah,
at
email them
headstuff.org.
in, please. We really
they
want to hear
used to
those.
call me Pat Rabbit.
You've always looked like him. But it was a fun experience. Did you
I
get?
invited you guys to come and you did not come.
You did,
I
sorry.
was I had a gig in Limerick, so
Whatever.
I
You
wasn't
said
big
you were
enough
going
for
to
the
plug
late
the
late.
podcast as well.
I thought I would get a chance to plug the podcast, but the section of the interview that was called "Chance to Plug" disappeared.
Right.
Um,
And tell me, Shane, do you have any podcasts or anything you're doing at the moment?
So you didn't talk about the podcast. That's the whole point of getting on the late late.
it was
kinda
well.
why we
That's
booked you
why
on
I
there.
kind of thought if you I thought if yous came, they could like pan to you or whatever. But then they're doing this whole new thing now because me and Emma went on as a little duo, which we are not, by the way.
Yeah, but you're cute together.
We're
guys look
friends
great.
and
You look
we are
great
colleagues,
together.
but like I don't know why we were a thing. But I think they were like, if Joanne and Garode are killed in a plane crash, they're like, these two. They'll be next. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Being groomed by Montrose.
we need lady comedian, top of her game, and some fag, right? And then it's like, we're the spares. So if they're ever stuck, do you know what I mean?
I don't fit any of those molds.
That could be your that could be your comedy troupe name, The Spares.
The spares.
That's good.
Comedy troupe. Maybe we should become a circus troupe.
Yeah, I like that.
Me and Emma did the audience warm up together, and that was fun because it was we were very rock and roll about it. Like Emma was getting her makeup and hair done till the very last second. Like that's so lucky that Emma just gets like she has like gals who are in doing it and pumping her up in the dressing room and all, and I'm like just sitting there drinking wine with Raymond. Who I like, but you know, then we did the warm up together and we kind of rock and roll. And we're like, no, just wing it. Just I'll say this and you say this. Grant, we'll see how we go. But there was two boys, right? There was somehow I noticed these two young boys, and I was like, what the hell? Or Emma said, any Tala heads, and they said, yeah, they're from Tala. And I looked at them, I was like, they look like kids. And I was like, what are you doing here? Are you allowed to be out by yourselves, or whatever? And they were laughing or whatever. And I was like, what age are you? And they're like 19, 20. And then Emma said, Shane, do you know what we'll do? We ride them. And I was like, okay, I didn't know what to say. I kind of just didn't respond to it that much. Yeah, a little bit like that. And then I said to her after, I was like, why did you say that? She's like, oh yeah, I did say that. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that.
I remember going to see a live taping of the Craig Doyle show.
Okay.
Back when they were grooming him for like, the Saturday, the Saturday spot has been in rotation for the decade.
Since Kenny Live.
Yeah, since Kenny Live.
Craig Doyle, can I say, keeping it tight. Keeping it tight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's great. Well, he's on British TV. He's bigger and better, isn't he?
He's on this morning.
He is.
He's on
Rochelle.
Big deal.
But he
looks like a hunk.
We were there in the audience. I used to go to all the tapings because it was a place in the boom times now. It was a place just to go pre-drinking because it was just they would literally
go
fill
to
you up full.
tapings of
I would go to
RT
so many
shows.
I would go to so many tapings. Went to the Craig Doyle show.
What?
Went to Frontline. Went to the
The
late
politics show.
Yeah, I would just go because they would literally
Frontline.
they would give you like a bottle of wine each, and this is like when I was in college. I'll tell you about Craig Doyle in a second, but it was actually when I was on. No, I'll finish Craig Doyle. No, I'll tell you about Craig Doyle in a second.
I'll finish Craig Doyle now in a minute. Hey.
No, basically the Craig Doyle story is I was sitting there and I was waiting there for ages and I'm kind of drunk at this stage. And you know when you've been like day drinking and then you're kind of sobering up and you get a headache? That's the kind of vibe I was sitting there, and it was like 2 hours into this taping of the Craig Doyle show and he couldn't quite hit his mark. What happened was meant to happen, there was a big band, big brass band, and then he was going to run in and start playing the drums and he just couldn't get it right. He plays the drums, but he just couldn't get it right, and they'd be like, oh, sorry, can we go again? Sorry, can we go again?
Oh.
And that went on for like an hour and a half. And then they said at the start, like, you can't leave. And I just basically said, look, I need to leave. My girlfriend's been hit by a car. And they let me out.
What the?
I don't believe in all that chance or tempting fate around like that.
My girlfriend's been hit by.
My girlfriend's been hit by a car. So I need to go
I
now.
think my girlfriend got squashed.
I
I have to go. She's been squashed. They do go to the toilet, Late Show. They go to the toilet in their droves.
Yeah, they do. And they move you like a cattle.
Yeah, they're like, and they say, well, stagger it. It was like, what are they all supposed to agree together? Right, I'll go now, you go next. What are you talking about? They're strangers to each other.
But we went on the Frontline one episode, and we were getting a bit bored at one point, and we were getting drunk because I give you like a bottle of wine each. And this was at the time that Pat Kenny was having an issue about land, where he was trying to he was suing a woman about the kind of the demarcation of his land.
Wait, the background of that story, I think, is, and I don't want to get into any legal trouble, but what people understood is he was walking his dog every morning through a field, and then he kind of decided, because he used the field a lot, that it was his field.
Yeah.
And then he decided it was his field because he used it a lot.
Well, this is the time he was getting paid 900,000.
900,000.
Not pounds.
Was it not?
No.
It was euros.
Euro.
Okay. Still.
900,000.
More than the
900,000.
American president, is it?
Yeah.
That's
So
what
that
the guy
was
said
clip.
Late Show.
But anyway, we were
I'm
on
off to sue an old woman for a field because I need to get that money. That's what he said.
So this was around the same time. This was like maybe the week before your man had to go to him. So there was a journalist on who had like called Pat out or whatever, and my mate Joe was sitting next to my mate Joe, and he actually had the dirt on this journalist, and he was trying to defend. He was about to defend Pat, so he had his hand up, and the microphones came around for questions, and I grabbed the microphone away from my friend, and I said, well, there's been a lot of fear mongering from the Irish Times, and you're all talking about, what happens when couples get married. But what's going to happen when, and I made a gay joke, when me and my partner get married and I put my arm around my friend, and he seized up. And Pat Kenny said, right, well, I'll tell you, and I think it's because he knew I was joking. He said, it's going to be a long time before you two are allowed to get married. And the audience just went, oh!
What?
And they were so repulsed by it. And then Pat was like, got a bit flustered by it. And then his little lackey came over to us at the end of the show. Was like, Pat's so sorry about that. He'd like to invite you up to the green room to have a couple of drinks. And we drank him out of house and home. And burned the ear off him all night. And he was very apologetic. And we were like, Pat, come on, you got to come to fucking Lily's with us. And I had to pretend that my friend was my boyfriend, even though I was there with my girlfriend and I was drunk and I was trying to kiss her. And she's like, stop kissing me. We need to keep illusions here.
I think it's fantastic. What a great, like, youth is so wonderful that you can do that stuff.
I still can't get over the fact that you're going to like political talk shows, audiences as you're pre-drinking night out. That's just a weird...
We'd get the bus in and we'd just be drunk because you could go to anything. You could just ask for tickets, and the more boring, the more alcohol usually to stay kind of engaged. And then I was on the Late with the episode of the breakdancing boy, the white breakdancing boy, and Pat said, he's like, now this boy, he's going off to New York. He's going to enter a breakdancing competition. Then he gets down in his honkers and sits next to sits down in his honky, and he says to the boy, he says, and look, you know, a lot of those dancers are black. And the boy's like, yeah. Are you going to put anything on your face to be one of them? And the boy goes, no. The boy knew. The child,
little boy.
The little child knew.
My favourite one, though, was when he called Mattress Mick Mattress. Yeah. Like one of the all-time greatest moments of Irish broadcasting. Mattress Mick. Mattress. Oh. Like you can see it's just a flow of thought. You can see how it happened, but mattress. And then Mattress Mick is like, yeah, call me Mattress. Oh God, I just love it.
My name's not Mattress.
And he corrects it instantly, but it's still just divine.
Of course, all the great break dancers are in New York, aren't they? Yeah, most of them are black as well.
Yeah.
What would you put a little colour on your face? No, you'd be the greatest, the first great white breakdancer in the world.
Probably will be.
You probably will be. You're great.
I went to the Cobblestone on the weekend, Sunday.
Legend.
After watching the new Scorsese Killer of the Flower Moon.
What a great day.
What a brilliant film.
Childless.
In the IFI Screen 1. I'm very cultured. And then we were like, oh, it's the first Sunday of the month. And, you know, the first Sunday of every month in the Cobblestone in the back room, they have a traditional singing evening where everyone puts their names down on a sheet. Everyone sits in a room, and then it's 3 songs, and then it's a bit of a break, and then it's 3 songs and a bit of a break. And people, just amateur people, and then there's always a guest singer, they sing songs in that kind of like traditional Irish way, but sometimes you have Portuguese people singing Portuguese songs. Sometimes we have, you know, someone will sing A Pub With No Beer and everyone will sing along, and it's all really nice. It's very lovely, very wholesome. And everyone was singing real nice songs, and they were doing all their kind of like, oh, the old days are gone, but the new days are here. Yeah. I love you, my dear, or whatever.
That's good. You come up with that?
That was actually kind of right, just on the spot. And it was great, and I love that kind of like sadness, you know, sitting in that sadness that Irish people have. And then one guy got up. He was leaning on the bar, already too confident. And they often do a little introduction going like, this is a song by the way of Tommy Riley, and I heard it from my granny. And then they sing the song. And there's always a bit of like, oh, you know, I'm not a professional singer. I'm a bit timid about this. This guy leaning on the bar, already very confident, head back. You know, there's something about having a head back that I just think it's very confident.
Bellowing.
And he said, well, like, he knew it was his turn. And he went, okay, guys, how about we sing a song together? The chorus goes, Derry my go, Derry my day and Derry my go. And then he belts out a sea shanty. Everyone's singing together. But it's just the American accent, or Canadian, or whatever. It could have been
North American.
Something about that accent singing Irish songs it's like Disney trad or something.
Yeah.
He was like, oh ho, my hearties, my fellas, my guys. Oh, I've been many years on the roads with you, yo. Oh, I've been on the years, oh my fellas, my guys. Oh, it's hard on the seas in the old west of Ireland. Oh, it's tough for me hearties, my guys. And it's just, oh man, fucking shut up.
I think we can all agree,
man.
In terms of America, that's enough. That's enough.
There's just the accent doesn't match well with the misery of the songs. you know, like when when Irish voice is like, oh, we had to leave old Ireland.
keen to it.
We left it all, we did. That's so sad.
Mm.
But like if it's, oh, we had to leave old Ireland. You know, it just sounds like that was good.
It sounds
It sounds like that wasn't that bad. It sounds like you were maybe going on holidays.
Yeah.
You were off
cruise.
You were on a cruise. What were you going on a cruise? There's something about, oh, me hearties, my fellas, my chaps, oh, my guys.
How are you for singing in front of a room full of people?
Doesn't faze me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Doesn't.
I was at a stag and I picked up a guitar, and this was at, like, you know, like this, you get up kind of a peak drunk and then you kind of taper off because you still want to stick, you know, then you're just on the water because everyone's still awake. So it was when I was at peak drunkenness, I picked up the guitar and tried to play Everlong. And it was tough.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I didn't realize, I thought I'd be really bellowy and like bombastic, but I was more like, hello, I've waited for you. And they were like, we can't hear you. Everlong. Tonight I throw myself into. And it was really bad. But an hour later, my mate Bob was all like, okay, party trick. And I'm like, all right, fucking. And I just belted out fucking Rattling Bog. And I got a good Rattling Bog going.
Yeah.
And there was some English guy there who never heard Rattling Bog. So that's like fucking, what's witchcraft if you never heard it.
Yeah.
And I was able to do the full last bit, egg and an S and an S and a tree and a tree.
Oh,
and I was able
okay.
to do the whole thing one breath. And I totally redeemed myself.
Yeah, because
Well,
you're singing
it's
the
a
song of your
rapturous
people.
applause.
You're singing the song of your people.
Yeah.
Everlong is not the song of your people.
No, it wasn't.
In the same
But
way
I
that
saved the night
in the
for
same
myself.
way that the trad sounds good in an Irish accent. Sometimes when you hear people Bard, Dolores or Reardon or whatever, or you know, when you hear like Irish people singing like American rock songs, it sounds wrong.
Yeah.
I was in a choir in America and I had to change my accent when I sang.
What do you think of the kind of Dermot Kennedy style reclaiming of, I've got my own accent, I'm from Dublin?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Is
I
he
think
not
it's
from
class.
Mayo or something?
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from, but he I think that's cool when people sing in their own accents.
Went
But
to
I
the
do think
start.
if you're singing Everlong,
What's the line of it?
what one?
Something about the start.
Remember start has a tight heart. I think it's great. But
Yeah,
know,
good.
But there was the whole 90s was all like, where does it start? And like, where are you from?
That was another thing. I thought
Like
the
even
sketches.
We've Got the World tonight. Mickey Joe Hart. We got the world tonight. It's hold on together.
I was
and it's
thinking
like American voice.
it'd be very funny if you were in. This is a good. I thought 2 video ideas. One of them I think I'm gonna actually do.
So do you want to
I
spoil
won't-
it here?
Don't want to spoil it, but one of them.
He's got one cooking, guys.
I
Wait
got
till you
one
see.
cooking.
Follow Killer Sunday if you want to hear what he's watching.
No, but they probably already do. Surely, no. Probably
Okay.
already follow me.
No,
But
probably-
if you're
probably.
doing that kind of like emo singing, it's a trad session and everyone's singing. It's just someone singing a real solemn song, and then someone just goes, "It's your turn, Tony." I think you'd be very good at it.
Thank
and it's
you.
like, I've been here tonight, where I left my girl, my lagging love, my lagging love.
That's great.
Oh, my heart is for real.
This is good. Yeah, I like that.
And that's the cruel reason I left El Skibbereen. I left El Skibbereen.
Hey!
Thank you.
I
thank
love
you.
that.
Should have been a video. Fuck.
Well,
You can keep it.
Although I do think we would just clip out you singing in this whole podcast. That'll be like 20-minute clip.
Yeah. You've sang a lot.
And it's so
Sorry.
good.
What is
Why?
your song
Yeah.
in a
No,
kind
no,
of
no, no,
No, I'm sorry.
No.
family or post-funeral or whatever? What is your song that, like, you can't sing Everlong in that context?
Well, if we
And
don't
while
have-
I'm asking you, what's your biggest dating ick as well?
Okay, great question. Dating ick is holes in socks.
Holes? Okay, yeah.
No. Well, I suppose that's.
Okay.
But I don't. We don't have a history of that in my family, and I'm trying to introduce it. So we're going to do like a little Christmas sing song. I'm going to have Sonny sing a song. I'm going to have Terry sing a song. I'm going to force my family to sing songs, and it's going to be a Christmas tradition. I've
Great.
decided.
Sounds great singing. Sonny singing a song.
Sonny sing a song.
So you should make him a good singer.
Well, he sings. Do you know? I've done this, and we can get back to party piece songs in a second. But while it's on my mind, Sonny's been picking like songs from Alexa to like pick songs, and they're awful. Like, you know, it's like play "Witch at the Disco," and it's some guy like, "There's a witch at the disco, and it must be Halloween," and it's so annoying. And he just picks all these songs. So I've been trying to like get him to play other songs, And then he's like, there's another, it's like, play zombie at the there's a zombie at the disco. A completely different song.
I love Sonny.
you know,
He's the best.
So he picks all these songs or whatever. And so to get him to play music, I've tried to figure out ways of getting it in. So I was playing like "Hungry Like the Wolf" by Duran Duran, and he's like, "What's?" And he's like, "What's this song?" And I'm like, "This song is about Teen Wolf." And he's like, "What is Teen Wolf?" So I showed him pictures of Michael J. Fox in Teen Wolf, and I'm like, "Yeah, this song is about how he likes to skateboard and do cool tricks." And then he loves the song.
Okay, yeah.
And so like I'm trying to plant like basically intellectual properties, popular intellectual properties into songs that I like, so that he's picking them. But no, he's playing that all the time now.
There is a scene at the end in the credits, I think, maybe of Teen Wolf, where they've won the whatever, and there's a person with their fly down in the crowd.
Yeah.
So if you want to look that up, you can check it. And it's a
dick
thing
is
they
in-
talk about on, you see it in movies, such and such, mistakes in movies. But when we were kids, we had Teen Wolf recorded off the telly.
Yeah.
And we watched it, and we would delight in that every time.
It's so funny that there's two, like at the end of Back to the Future 3, there's a kid who literally, he watches the clip, like it's Doc Brown's son. And while in frame, all you see is from his crotch. The kid looks like he's 6 years old. He kind of goes like, that, and then points at his Mickey 3 times.
What?
Yeah.
Is that what he's doing? I thought he
goes,
was just messing.
And he points at his Mickey 3 times. So at the end of 2 Michael J. Fox movies, there's basically someone like,
Gaffs.
there's penis gaffs.
Janie. Sounds
Yeah.
like, is that his first stand-up comedy set? Hey! So I said the thing from before.
That's good. It's callback.
Yeah, it's called back.
Do you have a song that would be a funeral song? Would be like a
Not
not a funeral
really.
song,
My
but you
family
know.
don't. I mean, we do.
Don't speak anymore.
We don't speak anymore.
99 Luft Balloons?
We don't sing it speak anymore. We
Nine-
sing to
nine
each other
sing-
all the time, though.
Okay.
Du hast.
No, we sing after. There's this extra song we have at birthdays.
David Hasselhoff.
It's get in my car. Get in my car. No, we after Happy Birthday, we have an extra song, which is Hoch soll sie leben, which we sing every time, and like often it's mixed scenarios. So sometimes there's only like 2 German people there. Like maybe it's Anna's family's birthday, it's her sister's thing. It's just the only people there of German representation is like maybe me and my dad or me and my mum. And she will start singing that after it. And I have to, this is a 3-part harmony song.
Wow.
So I'm like, where am I even supposed to sing? And then we
you
have to
teach it to
sing
us?
it. And everyone is just looking at us like, what's going on? Yeah, it goes, it's actually based off a Bach tune. I don't know if you guys know Bach.
Yes.
I was calling him Batch.
Bach.
I was calling him Brennan's Badge.
Johann Sebastian Bach.
Batch, yeah.
But it goes hoch soll sie leben, dreimal hoch.
Hoch Masche leben, mein der Hof.
Lebe hoch,
that's too much.
lebe hoch, 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 hoch,
Ho, ho, ho.
hoch, hoch.
Ho, ho, ho. This isn't funny. You're picking on us. He's picking on us.
Hoch.
Wow.
I sang so much today. I
Yeah,
don't know
thank
what's
you
going
so
on.
much. This has been.
Why am I singing so much? I feel like I'm on X Factor.
Killian Sundermann
It's
hour,
a no
variety
for me.
hour.
Yeah, this is silly.
The song's too big for you, babe.
Am I
That's too big for you, babe.
bit
I'm fairly
moany.
ruthless with karaoke. Like, I will fucking stomp on you. I will fucking stomp on your neck to get to that microphone. My mate Connor, we were on the way to karaoke, and he was like, "I'm gonna sing Take on Me," I think, and I was like, "Yeah." And then while he was getting a drink, I sang Take on Me.
You
I'm a
bastard.
piece of shit.
That is just gross,
I
Tony.
was at another time where I was just fucking locked. Me and my mate John, and this was an expensive karaoke in Soho one time, right? And me and my mate John had a microphone, and then we sang like 5 songs in a row. We were just like, just locked into karaoke mode. And then Terry was all like, "You need to give the mic to someone else." And I was like, yeah, I was actually whispering to John, "They're trying to fucking take the mic off us." And Terry was like, "That's enough," and kicked us out. And like, we were only in there for like maybe 7 songs, and we had sang, basically the majority of the songs. I'm fairly, also never experienced this before. Went to my friend Emily's birthday party in London in a place called Rowan's, which is a bowling alley / karaoke bar.
They've
in
all
Finsbury.
sorts in London.
Oh yeah,
all
it's
sorts.
very.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. What else do they
And
do?
we saw like the queue that was coming up, and it was actually
Was
me
it
and
for the
Terry were the
Queen's
only
funeral?
straight.
Oh, sorry, different cue.
That's a real British thing, isn't it? Queuing.
Yeah, oh my
British
god,
They're
it
so
is.
proud of themselves. On that. That we
getting
always
live.
queue up, don't we? Right.
And we saw the queue of the songs, and we saw Celine Dion. What it's all coming back to me, and I was like, all right, well, we're fucking getting
About
that
7
one.
minutes.
I don't know who even put that one on. I'm definitely getting that one. And me and Terry were the only straight couple there. It was mostly Emily and her friends. It was a lesbian karaoke party, and I did not realize how important Celine Dion was to the community. When we tried to get that microphone, it was like a sea of piranhas to try and get the fucking microphone for Celine Dion. It's all come back to me because I thought because I didn't realize how many people love that song.
Yeah, check your privilege, know your place.
Yeah.
Oh, I
that
did.
was the song
I
like
bowed down.
when you're a kid, right, and you're a queer kid, it starts leaking out before you know it. Like I remember that song came out, and I was like, "This is for me." I was like, "This is my song." And then I remember one time we were in my cousin's house, and then it came on the TV, Top 30 Hits or whatever, and my brother went, "Oh, this is Shane's favorite song," and I was like, "Some recognition, finally."
Yes.
I was like, "Yes, this song does belong to me."
But you were history with the slamming of the door. So good.
It's just brilliant. Thunder and Lightning. I mean, come on, brilliant.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest songs ever. But it is. I don't think you should do it at karaoke because it does belong to so many people that I don't know. It's divisive. For our Christmas party for the young hot guys, we should just go and rent the karaoke booth and do it like when people do those live streams of just them doing things like buskers.
Yeah.
We should just do that.
TikTok.
Have all our phones just sitting there streaming out across platforms.
That's very true.
Karaoke's only fun to watch when the people aren't good at it. I was at a bar in London. It was a drag brunch in London, but they did karaoke, and there was some people getting up and they were really good at singing, and I just had no time for it. Real good, like musical theater people, and they were like
singing Anastasia. Or
yeah, I'm gonna try this song, but like I don't know, like and then they're like desperate. I'm not gonna sing anymore because I think I've sang too much on the podcast. But they were so good, and everyone was just like, we want to see people who are a little bit shy, maybe you've never sang in public before, singing a bit and getting things a bit wrong. If I want to hear good singers, I'll just listen to the recording of that song.
Yeah. No, do you know what annoys me? I think there's an attitude at karaoke now that is like everyone gets to sing the song. I think everyone needs to be quiet.
Yes, I agree with that.
And I think
yes.
I actually prefer the karaoke's when they're not in a room but they're in the bar because there's a bit more kind of decorum with watching the person sing. If you're singing like I Want It That Way, you haven't a fucking hope of hearing yourself. Everyone's going to be singing along. Backstreet Boys. You know what I mean?
I don't want, it's party karaoke is fun and everything, but I want like older women to go crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. I want them. When I used to work in a pub years ago, they used to sing. You don't see as many of them anymore. Like at Owl Lang Syne at New Year's, you cross your arms and they sing thing. But sometimes the old ladies just do that anyway. Did I already talk about this on this? Anyway, I can't remember. But I liked when they used to do, when I worked in the pub, they would sing King of the Road. And what was the other one I liked? The Elvis. It's the wonder of you. Beautiful. But I want a bit of that. I don't want all like, oh my God, now they're singing Fat Lip by Sum 41. I'm like, no, I want, there's a good karaoke. Alison Spittle's karaoke.
Yeah, Alison Spittle did a new metal karaoke to close out the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
It was incredible.
And it was kind of the event to be at in town.
Wow.
All comedians were there, but also massive amounts of just fans of comedy were there, and people sang a lot of System of a Down, people sang a lot of My Chemical Romance, and people were belting it out kind of like
even Avril
really
Lavigne was
feeling it.
allowed. It was just fun.
Yeah.
But then can I talk about the cringe guy?
Yeah, I can't remember who the cringe guy
So
was.
there was a bit where there was like Alison was like on the laptop and she's like, I'm trying to figure out on the mic at the same time. She's like, I'm trying to figure out the last song, and then this guy who was the first one who sang, this is hours later, and he was like really wanting to do it, and it was like kind of David Brentian. He was like, she was like, hold on, we're just trying to figure out the next song to finish up with or something. And by himself, he took it upon himself, took it up, and now it's new metal was the vibe.
Yeah.
And he started singing Queen to himself, and he was like, came over and he's like, and the world, really going for it, turn it in, and it was like, no, and then it just petered out because no one joined him. And he actually tried twice.
Yeah.
Twice?
What's another part of that song? What's that song?
Galileo or whatever.
I'm gonna have myself.
We're just singing today.
He did like, I feel alive, as if everyone's gonna like turn and go, who is that vocalist? You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's
that
like,
shit,
that's
yeah.
the voice.
Do you know
the
what's so
person
cringe
who,
about that is I swear I used to do that at the end of karaoke with my friends. Like whenever they would cut us off, I would sing that a cappella and people would join in. So
Yeah, that is. I understand.
super
that was your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but to watch it fail, I mean, that's part of life. Like that is failure. I mean, we should let's start a failure podcast.
Yeah.
What are your biggest failures? Then failure. You have to
It's all
embrace
about
failure,
failing.
don't you?
Yeah,
and
make
that's so
yourself
important. That's so
That's
important.
how you learn.
That's so important.
That's how you learn.
Fail. Fail. I hate those new obsession with failure. It's like, you know what else is pretty good? Success.
Guys, you know it's not successful. My neck.
Oh yeah, you hurt your neck.
Yeah, you guys have probably noticed I look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame over here.
You do have strikingly good posture though most
Yeah.
of the time.
I mean, I hope so. I sleep on a plank.
What did you do?
Well, I just, it's not my.
Did you wake up with your legs
I
above your
woke
head?
up. It was, do you know what it is?
And your Mickey on your lip?
It's no, it's the pillows in the bed.
Right.
Anna's put too many pillows on our bed.
Mm.
We have too many pillows.
You slept with a woman.
birds
Your first-
cushions? It's like a goddamn bouncy castle.
No, there
I
is
want to
too
go
many.
to sleep. I gotta take apart this whole construction. Roundy ones, roundy pillows, square pillows, rectangle.
Got one with a star. You got one that's
Satin
furry.
pillows.
I don't know whether to lie on it or fuck it. Sorry.
No, it's true though. Too many pillows in the bed.
I have a bed tip.
Like my head's like this. I feel like I'm like the Grand Old Duke of York with all the pillows in my bed. I feel like I've got so many like big pillows, little pillows. With so many pillows.
What a grand old duke.
If someone
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
not the
tell
grand
them.
old Duke
Yeah,
of
yeah,
York
yeah.
over here.
Someone who's marching people to the top of the hill, marching them down, and marching them halfway up, has a lot of pillows in their bed.
He does.
And
When they're only halfway up, though, do you know what I think is funny about that? When they're only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Do you ever
No,
notice that?
yeah.
yeah. If you sleep in a bed with another person, I would encourage everyone to have 2 duvets.
Wow.
Good.
Okay, two duvets.
That's a great show.
And then when you go away, you don't have that option, so it's nice to share when you're away.
Why'd
It
you get
feels
a
like
king
treat.
size duvet?
What? No, 2 duvets. That's what I just said.
I know,
There's
but
something away
why
the
not
way you're
just get
saying 2 duvets
two
is
duvets?
just kind of like
But a
interesting.
king size allows you to still wrap yourselves up.
Look, okay, I should be entitled to say what I feel and believe in without it being questioned.
I'm okay. Sorry. Look, you can do that.
Anyway, the thing I like most about the Grand Old Duke of York,
Is all of his men. Do you know that my son loves that song because we read it from nursery rhymes? Do you know what else, other one he loves? And he loves this one, and I think it's the weirdest song ever. You know, Wee Willie Winky.
yeah, I
Wee
love it.
Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, rapping on the windows, crying through the locks. Are the children in their bed? For it's now 8 o'clock.
Oh.
He sings the whole thing.
I sing that to him.
Oh, Wee Willie Winky is one of my heroes. I just
I
think
don't know
he's
him at
so
all.
funny.
He's crying through the lock.
He goes
Those
around.
children in the bed.
Yeah, he goes around telling kids to go to bed.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
who he is?
And he
Okay.
wears like kind of like he dresses a bit like
his
Scrooge or
nightgown.
whatever in his nightgown and stuff. But he's just a funny character, Wee Willie Winky. I always reference him. But he's kind of like, you know, Wee Willie Winky. But knowing British nursery rhymes, like someone's gonna do, some historian's gonna go, Wee Willie Winky, and they're like, Wee Willie Winky was actually a convicted paedophile
Yeah, I
from the
know.
Winky area.
I know,
Who
yeah.
like they always have right.
It's always like a tissue. A tissue is like, oh, they're all dying of the plague. They're
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
dying.
yeah.
They're rotting on the street.
He
We're
was
having
from
a good time.
Winkleston upon Avon.
Yeah. They should update some of those ones. Like, you know when it gets to Christmas and you start singing these songs, you know, bring us some figgy pudding, now bring us some... Can we not change that to, you know, like a milkshake or something?
Bring
Do you
us
know what I
a
mean?
Fig roll.
Or something, you know, I think like, you know, Christmas is coming, the geese are getting fat, please put a penny in the old man. These are all very dated.
The tofu is getting fat. Gee, trying to make
If
it all
you-
woke.
If you
are
haven't
ya?
got a penny, a halfpenny.
Hey,
You know,
people do.
I feel like they should just update these songs, make them relevant again.
Or try make new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll work on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a challenge then.
What about a new Christmas song?
A new Christmas nursery rhyme that we have to come up with for Christmas time.
Okay. Okay. So new Christmas nursery rhyme.
Yeah, that has the flavour of old, but the message of the new.
Okay,
No, you're not right now. Not stopping
Right-
you down.
right
in a
now?
few weeks. No, in a few weeks' time.
Okay. All right. I'll come back with it.
Okay.
We are running low on time, and I'm just thinking about the figgy pudding. Just after reminded me, we have run out of time. We don't have time to include any of your wacky food combos.
Oh God,
that you love.
No.
So
Yeah,
but
sorry.
they were so funny.
Yes.
came in their droves at yhg@headstuff.org.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. God.
Gurad Maharev Gukdina for being a gay stock to us. Thank you so much. And remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget.
Don't forget.
It's
Bear in
important
mind.
to remember the things that have happened in the past and in the present
And
and
if-
in the future that you can't remember things that are in the future, but you should try.
And if no one else says this to you this week, I love you.
Oh, that's actually.
Me?
That's
You
going
say
to
You
reach.
love me or the audience?
That's
Yeah.
going to
to
reach
them.
someone.
Thank you guys for listening and for making us Madonna's favorite podcast.
And if you want to hear any more, go to HeadStuff Plus, where you can get some behind the scenes, maybe extra podcasts, maybe, and give what you want. If
Nudes.
It's happening.
They're attractive. They're very attractive.
Hot, loud,
And a little bit sad.
he was the best guy around. Oh my, is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy.
It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.